Greetings and welcome to the July 9th edition of Reading Through the Bible in a Year from Mighty Through God. Today I'll be reading 1 Chronicles chapter 7 and 8, Acts chapter 27, verses 1 through 20, Psalm 7, and I'm going to read the Psalms from the King James Version because honestly that's the way I remember them, and sometimes it's difficult to read them from the New International Version because I grew up reading them in the King James Version, and it's poetry, so to me they just sound better. So I'll be reading the Psalms from now on from the King James Version, and I'm reading Proverbs chapter 18 verse 22. And so today I'm reading from the New International Version, except when I come to the Psalms, and I will read the Psalm from the King James Version. Let's hope I remember that. This section is titled Issachar. We're still reading through the Chronicles, which is the genealogy of the tribes of Israel. The sons of Issachar: Tula, Pua, Jashub, Shimron, 4 in all. The sons of Tola: Uzai, Raphiah, Jeriel, Jemai, Ibsam, and Samuel, heads of their families. During the reign of David, the descendants of Tola, listed as fighting men in their genealogy, numbered 22,600. The son of Uzai: Izrahiah. The sons of Izrahiah: Michael, Obadiah, Joel, Ishiah. All 5 of them were chiefs. According to their family genealogy, they had 36,000 men ready for battle, and they had many wives and children. The relatives who were fighting men belonged to the clans of Issachar, as listed in their genealogy, were 87,000 in all. 3 sons of Benjamin: Bela, Becher, and Jediel. The sons of Bela: Esbon, Uzai, Uziel, Jeremoth, and Eri, heads of families, 5 in all. Their genealogical record listed 22,034 fighting men. The sons of Becher: Zemira, Joash, Eleazar, Elionai, Omri, Jeremoth, Abijah, Anatoth, and Elameth. All these were the sons of Becher. Their genealogical record listed the heads of families and 20,200 fighting men. The son of Jediel: Bilhan. The sons of Bilhan: Jeush, Benjamin, Ehud, Kenana, Zethan, Tarshish, and Ahishahar. All these sons of Jediel were heads of families. There were 17,200 fighting men ready to go to war. The Shuphites and Huphites were the descendants of Ir, and the Hushites the descendants of Aher. The sons of Naphtali: Jaziel, Gunai, Jazer, and Shillem, the descendants of Bilhah. The descendants of Manasseh: Asrael was his descendant through the Aramean concubine. She gave birth to Machir, the father of Gilead. Machir took a wife from among the Huphites and Shuphites. His sister's name was Maacah. Another descendant was named Zelophehad, who had only daughters. Machir's wife Maacah gave birth to a son and named him Peresh. His brother was named Sheresh, and his sons were Ulam and Rakem. The son of Ulam: Bedan. These were the sons of Gilead, son of Machir, son of Manasseh. His sister Hamaleketh gave birth to Ishad, Abiezer, and Mala. The sons of Shemida were Ahian, Shechem, Likai, and Aniam. The descendants of Ephraim: Shuthelah, Bered his son, Tahath his son, Eliada his son, Tahath his son, Zabad his son, and Shuthelah his son. Ezer and Eliad were killed by the native-born men of Gath, when they went down to seize their livestock. Their father Ephraim mourned for them many days, and his relatives came to comfort him. Then he made love to his wife again, and she became pregnant and gave birth to a son. He named him Beriah, because there had been misfortune in his family. His daughter was Shirah, who built Lower and Upper Beth Horon, as well as Uzan Shirah. Rapha was his son, Resheph his son, Telah his son, Tahan his son, Ladan his son, Ammihud his son, Elishama his son, Nun his son, and Joshua his son. Their lands and settlements included Bethel and its surrounding villages, Naran to the east, Gezer and its villages to the west, and Shechem and its villages all the way to Ayah and its villages. Along the borders of Manasseh were Bethshan, Tanakh, Megiddo, and Dor. Together with their villages, the descendants of Joseph, son of Israel, lived in these towns. The sons of Asher: Imnah, Ishvi, and Beriah. Their sister was Sarah. The sons of Beriah: Heber, Malchiel, who was the father of Birzath. Heber was the father of Japhlet, Shomer, and Hotham, and their sister Shua. The sons of Japhlet: Pasak, Bimel, and Ashvath. These were Japhlet's sons. The sons of Shomer: Ahai, Roga, Hobah, and Aram. The sons of his brother Helam: Zophah, Imnah, Shalesh, and Amal. The sons of Zophah: Sua, Harnepher, Shual, Berai, Imrah, Bezer, Had, Shammah, Shilshah, Ithran, and Beerah. The sons of Jether: Jephunneh, Pisgah, and Ara. The sons of Ulah: Era, Haniel, and Rizia. All these were descendants of Asher, heads of families, choice men, brave warriors, and outstanding leaders. The number of men ready for battle, as listed in their genealogy, was 26,000. Chapter 8. Benjamin was the father of Bela, his firstborn, Ashbel, the second son, Ahara, the third, Noha, the fourth, and Rapha, the fifth. The sons of Bela were Adar, Gera, Abihud, Abishua, Naaman, Ahoah, Gera, Shephufan, and Huram. These were the descendants of Ehud, who were heads of families of those living in Geba, and were deported to Manahath. Naaman, Ahijah, and Gera, who deported them, and who was the father of Uzzah and Ahihud. Sons were born to Shaharam in Moab after he had divorced his wives Hushim and Bara. By his wife Hodesh he had Jobab, Zibiah, Misha, Malcolm, Jeuz, Sakiah, and Mirmah. These were his sons, heads of families. By Hushim he had Abitub and Alpal. The sons of Alpal: Eber, Misham, Shemed, who built Ono and Lod and its surrounding villages, and Beriah and Shema, who were heads of families of those living in Ajalon, and who drove out the inhabitants of Gath. Ahio, Sheshach, Jeremoth, Zebediah, Arad, Eder, Michael, Ishpah, and Johah were the sons of Beriah. Zebediah, Meshullam, Hizkai, Heber, Ishmerai, Isliah, and Jobab were the sons of Elpaal. Jakim, Zikri, Zabdi, Eleni, Zilethai, Eliel, Adiah, Beriah, and Shimrath were the sons of Shimei. Ishpan, Eber, Eliel, Abdon, Zikri, Hanan, Hananiah, Elam, Anthothijah, Ibdiah, and Penuel were the sons of Shashak. Shemsherai, Shehariah, Athaliah, Jerushiah, Elijah, and Zechariah were the sons of Jeroam. All these were heads of families, chiefs as listed in their genealogy, and they lived in Jerusalem. Jael, the father of Gibeon, lived in Gibeon. His wife's name was Maacah, and his firstborn son Abdon, followed by Zur, Kish, Baal, Ner, Nadab, Gedor, Ahio, Zechar, and Mikloth, who was the father of Shimeah. They too lived near their relatives in Jerusalem. Ner was the father of Kish, Kish the father of Saul, and Saul the father of Jonathan, Malchi-Shua, Abinadab, and Eshbaal. The son of Jonathan, Merib-Baal, who was the father of Micah. The sons of Micah, Pithon, Melech, Teriah, and Ahaz. Ahaz was the father of Jehoda. Jehoda was the father of Elameth, Asmaveth, and Zimri. And Zimri was the father of Mosa. Mosa was the father of Beniah, Rapha, his son, Eliash, Eleasah, his son, and Azel, his son. Azel had 6 sons, and these were their names: Azrikam, Bakeru, Ishmael, Shariah, Obadiah, and Hanan. All these were the sons of Azel. The sons of his brother Eshek: Ulam, his firstborn, Jeush, the second son, and Eliphalet, the third. The sons of Ulam were brave warriors who could handle the bow. They had many sons and grandsons, 150 in all. All these were the descendants of Benjamin. Acts chapter 27. Paul sails for Rome. When it was decided that we would sail for Italy, Paul and some other prisoners were handed over to a centurion named Julius, who belonged to the imperial regiment. We boarded a ship from Adramyttium, about to sail for ports along the coast of the province of Asia, and we put out to sea. Aristarchus, a Macedonian from Thessalonica, was with us. The next day we landed at Sidon, and Julius, in kindness to Paul, allowed him to go to his friends so they might provide for his needs. From there we put out to sea again and passed to the lee of Cyprus, because the winds were against us. When we had sailed across the open sea off the coast of Cilicia and Pamphylia, we landed at Myra in Lycia. There the centurion found an Alexandrian ship sailing for Italy and put us on board. We made slow headway for many days and had difficulty arriving off Cnidus. When the wind did not allow us to hold our course, we sailed to the lee of Crete, opposite Salmone. We moved along the coast with difficulty and came to a place called Fair Havens, near the town of Lasea. Much time had been lost, and sailing had already become dangerous, because by now it was after the Day of Atonement. So Paul warned them, "Men, I can see that our voyage is going to be disastrous and bring great loss to ship and cargo, and to our own lives also." But the centurion, instead of listening to what Paul said, followed the advice of the pilot and of the owner of the ship. Since the harbor was unsuitable to winter in, the majority decided that we should sail on, hoping to reach Phoenix and winter there. This was a harbor in Crete, facing both southwest and northwest. When a gentle south wind began to blow, they saw their opportunity, so they weighed anchor and sailed along the shore of Crete. Before very long, a wind of hurricane force, called the nor'easter, swept down from the island. The ship was caught by the storm and could not head into the wind, so we gave way to it and were driven along. As we passed to the lee of a small island called Cauda, we were hardly able to make the lifeboat secure, so the men hoisted it aboard. Then they passed ropes under the ship itself to hold it together. Because they were afraid they would run aground on the sandbars of Syrtis, they lowered the sea anchor and let the ship be driven along. We took such a violent battering from the storm that the next day they began to throw the cargo overboard. On the third day, they threw the ship's tackle overboard with their own hands. When neither sun nor stars appeared for many days and the storm continued raging, we finally gave up all hope of being saved. Psalm 7 from the King James Version. O Lord my God, in thee do I put my trust. Save me from all them that persecute me and deliver me, lest he tear my soul like a lion, rending it in pieces while there is none to deliver. O Lord my God, if I have done this, if there be iniquity in my hands, if I have rewarded evil unto him that was at peace with me, yea, I have delivered him that without cause is my enemy. Let the enemy persecute my soul and take it. Yea, let him tread down my life upon the earth and lay mine honor in the dust. Arise, O Lord, in thine anger. Lift up thyself because of the rage of my enemies, and awake for me to the judgment that thou hast commanded. So shall the congregation of the people compass thee about. For their sakes, therefore, return thou on high. The Lord shall judge the people. Judge me, O Lord, according to my righteousness, and according to mine integrity that is in me. O let the wickedness of the wicked come to an end, but establish the just, for the righteous God trieth the hearts and reins. My defense is of God, which saveth the upright in heart. God judgeth the righteous, and God is angry with the wicked every day. If he turn not, he will whet his sword. He hath bent his bow and made it ready. He hath also prepared for him the instruments of death. He ordained his arrows against the persecutors. Behold, he travaileth with iniquity, and hath conceived mischief, and brought forth falsehood. He made a pit, and digged it, and is fallen into the ditch which he made. His mischief shall return upon his own head, and his violent dealing shall come down upon his own plate. I will praise the Lord according to his righteousness, and will sing praise to the name of the Lord Most High. Proverbs chapter 18, verse 22. He who finds a wife finds what is good, and receives favor from the Lord. And so concludes the reading for July 9th. Be blessed.